ณสงฆ์แล้วก็ขอเจริญพรญาติโยมนะก็มาเจอกันอีกครั้งหนึ่งก่อนที่จะให้ญาติโยมได้พักก็เท่าที่ทราบแป๊บหนึ่งนะขอใช้เก้าอี้แป๊บขอใช้โต๊ะแป๊บหนึ่งก่อนที่พระคุณเจ้าจะได้พักฉันเพลและโยมก็จะได้พักด้วยอาตมาก็จะใช้เวลาประมาณไม่กี่นาทีเพราะว่าเราเพิ่งเทศจบไปเพียงแค่4 กันเท่านั้นเอง I just would like to take some minutes to summarize the Chartaka or the Vesandra Chartaka. You may not understand what we have been doing for the movement Chartaka. So first of all, we need to understand what Chartaka really means. Chartaka is the Pali language. It means to tell. It is about the story of the Buddha's first birth. Back to 500 or even more than that. But we normally focus on 10 births of the Bodhisattva, and especially the last birth as a human being, when he was born as the Prince Vesantara. This is the reason why that the monks perform the talk on Vesantara Chartaka tale. I just want to summarize from chapter 1. Chapter 1 touches upon, or in English, 10 blessings. In this chapter, it describes the royal marriage of King Sanjaya of Sivi Kingdom and Queen Pusati, a daughter of the King Mathara. In her previous birth, she was born in the Tawatimsa heaven and was the Saka principal consort. On descending to the earth, she has Saka, the god, granted her 10 blessings, as you know. 10 blessings, and what are they? She wished to be born in the Mathura, the kingdom of Siva. She wished to have a pair of beautiful eyes like those of the baby deer. She wished to have beautiful eyes like the necklace of peacocks. She wishes to be named Pusati again, the same name. She wishes her son to have a good reputation throughout the continent. During her pregnancy, she wishes that her belly not bulging like that of normal women. And then she wishes her two breasts beautiful and flushed like a young lotus flower ready to blossom. She wishes her hair black for the rest of her life. She doesn't want to have that gray hair. And she wishes her complexion pure and free from dust like a natural gold. She wishes to have an authority to free prisoners who has committed crime out of their carelessness. So these are the 10 blessings. In conclusion, in this chapter, you may hear the monks sing or giving a talk. It is the style of the monks, and some of them may sing. But in conclusion, in this chapter, it just talks about the 10 blessings bestowed to Queen Pusati by Saka God. And then the chapter 2, Himalaya Forest. In this chapter, it describes the birth of Prince Vesantara. You may not understand why he was named Vesantara. Vesantara is the Pali language. Vesa means the merchant. Tara means the junction. The prince was named Vesantara, and because he was born in the street, when his mother, Queen Pusati, was giving donations to the poor people, it was her morning sickness that she wanted to give away material things like a food, like a clothes to the poor. And then on that day, she went out to give something to the people, and then her labor developed. It was that time that she gave birth to Vesantara. And as I said before, he was named Vesantara because he was born on the street of the merchant. Vesa means merchant, Tara means the street or the junction. So this is the reason why the prince was named Vesantara. And in this chapter, it also talks about the 8 Brahmins who were sent to ask Vesantara for the favor creature with the power of making rain to fall. And this white elephant named Patayana, it was the symbol of good luck and also making rains fall. Vesantara, because of his generosity and kindness, so he granted their request. The citizens of the Vesantara's kingdom were really upset that the elephant should not have been given away, and they forced King Sanjaya to resume control of the kingdom and banish Vesantara. So chapter 2 finished when King Sanjaya banished Vesantara. So now he was no longer the king. That is the end of chapter 2. And then what about chapter 3? Donations or dana, or Thanagan in Thai language. So in this chapter, King Sanjaya, although feeling heartbroken, he didn't want to banish his son, Vesantara, but due to the people fury, so he has to order Vesantara to go into exile in the mountain of Wongkot. The Queen Pusti even tried to beg the king for forgiveness, but her efforts were to no avail. This means her efforts were useless. Although she tried very hard, but she didn't succeed in what she wanted. Then the queen, before setting out, Vesantara was granted by King Sanjaya to hold an almsgiving for the gift of the 700s, or in Thai, Satadok. Satadok means you give away an each thing in 700 items. And before he set out, that is the end of chapter 3. And then chapter 4, Wanapaway, or entrance into the jungle. The chapter describes the 4 royals' journey to the mountain of Wongkot. On their way, they passed the kingdom of Vesantara's uncle and many other kingdoms in which their kings invited Vesantara to take the throne. And they knew that Vesantara was banished from his own kingdom, and then the kings from other kingdoms wanted to ask him to take the throne, but Vesantara declined, and he denied their invitation, and insisted on carrying on his exile to the mountain. ตรงนี้ก่อนก็ได้ในวันนี้ก่อนเดี๋ยวค่อยเอามาจะจบแล้วนะ Okay, I'm going to finish now. The king of Jetara kingdom appointed a hunter named Jetaputta, Naiprad Jetaputta, as a security guard whose job was to monitor people who may go to disturb Vesantara and his family. Having arrived at the mountain of Wongkot, there Vesantara saw 2 hermitages constructed by the Saga architect Visukamma. Matri and the children were exhausted from the long and hard journey. They felt sorry for their difficult time. When Sandara, on entering one of the buildings, he found 4 sets of ascetic robes, neatly folded, and knew that the Sangha was observing him. He dressed, took the vows of ascetic, then went out to greet his wife. Manti and the children followed his example by becoming ascetic. They lived in separate huts by the pond for 7 months, eating the roots and jungle fruits which Manti collected each day. So this is the end of chapter 4, entrance into the jungle. And as I said before, that this Chadaka has a tremendous impact on Thai culture. The reason why that type of like giving or sharing due to this influence from Vesatra Chadaka, and type of like to give, but not many of them like to meditate. And whenever the monks invite the Thai Buddhists to meditate, they always say, "Oh, I don't have time, I'm too busy." But whenever they are invited by friends or by the Buddhist monks to offer food, then they would be glad and happy to do it. อันนี้ก็สรุปเป็นภาษาอังกฤษให้เข้าใจเอาเฉพาะ4กันแรกก่อนก็แล้วกันนะก็คือสรุปว่าเรื่องราวมันเป็นยังไงก็คนที่เป็นคนดัตก็ดีคนต่างชาติก็ดีก็จะได้เข้าใจเนาะต่อไปพระสงฆ์ก็จะได้ไปพักฉันเพลโยมก็คงจะได้ไปทานอาหารกันนะเดี๋ยวตอนบ่ายก็จะได้เจอกันใหม่อีกครั้งหนึ่ง Okay, thank you very much for your attention